Welcome to this new video about Forza Horizon 6, where we're going to talk a little bit about the new engine swaps. For those who have never heard of engine swaps, know that it's simply the act of installing the engine from one car into another car. As with previous Forza games, Forza Horizon 5 already had an engine swap system, but it was rather repetitive. What I mean by that is that, in the end, on Horizon 5 there were very few engines compatible with the swap system, which meant that every time you bought a new car or tested a new one, you always ended up with pretty much the same list of installable engines. The good news is that Forza Horizon 6 seems to offer a lot more different engines in its swap system. Just on this beta, where there are only a few cars available, I've already found about 15 new engines that can be swapped in the game and didn't even exist back in Forza Horizon 5. Today, I'm going to show you these new engine swaps. I'm not necessarily going to test cars with all these swaps. I'm just going to show you a bit of their performance and show you their power. And by the way, what's pretty cool with this engine swap system in Forza Horizon 6 is that it confirms the presence of several new cars in the game that haven't been officially confirmed yet. What I'm not going to say here is that there are engines in the game that actually belong to certain real cars, which we can easily recognize in the game, and generally, when there's an engine in the game, it means there's a car that goes with it. And now, there are quite a few new cars being confirmed with this swap system. Of course, I could be wrong. There are so many cars in Forza Horizon 5 that we've almost reached 900 models with the latest updates, that I might have missed a swap that was already in Forza Horizon 5. But after checking several websites, all the swaps I'm showing you today are really new to Forza Horizon 6. If I ever make a mistake, let me know in the comments. It'll be helpful for others who come by later. For example, you'll find the LMP4 F4 swap on several cars. As you see here, 228 horsepower. I think, without being too far off, that this is the engine from the 2022 Subaru BRZ. As far as I know, this wasn't an engine you could swap into cars in Forza Horizon 5, and it can go up to 689 horsepower. So there's a good chance that if you buy the Subaru BRZ, you'll also get 689 horsepower. And this engine is known for having quite a bit of torque. Looking at the torque curve, there's a small peak at about 2,500 RPM, which is early. This likely makes the engine, unsurprisingly for Subaru, great for rally. We'll also find another new swap. So, I talked to you about this one in another video. Maybe that video hasn't even come out yet. I think it probably has though. It's the 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine. At first, I was wondering where this engine comes from, and actually, I realized that this engine is simply the engine from the Toyota GR Sport. I'm pretty sure that's it, since it's on several Toyotas in the game. In Forza, engines from one brand usually fit other models of the same brand, but not those from other brands. It depends. Sometimes that's true, sometimes not. But here, I really think it's the engine from the GR GT. So here, Ford's hero car. What we can finally test ahead of time, at least its engine through this little beta, is that we can go up to 1,057 horsepower. So, I'll let you listen to the little turbo sound because it's actually pretty funny. So, 1,057 horsepower. We'll see in the final game if it's really the engine from the GR GT, but honestly, I think it is. We're also going to find a new 2.5-liter turbo 6-cylinder engine. I think it's an engine that comes from the Toyota Chaser. The Chaser, featured in several game images, is confirmed for Forza Horizon 6, although I haven't tested it yet. I think it's an engine that we should be able to use in several Toyota models, but also in Subaru models. It's a very powerful engine, since it reaches up to 1,150 horsepower. I'll let you hear the sound. It's pretty cool. With quite a lot of backfire. We're also going to find, in the Volkswagen Golf GTI, an engine that comes from Audi, which we couldn't install back in Forza Horizon 5, and as far as I know, it wasn't even swappable on any car. It's this one. It's the 5-cylinder from the Audi RS3. Also from the Audi TTS. Well, TTRS, sorry. It's the same engine. Tuned up to 833 horsepower. I think that's a bit more than the RS3 in Forza Horizon 5, so I think that in Horizon 6 we'll be able to boost the RS3 even more. In general, that's how it is in the Forza games. Even with the same models, more powerful cars sound cooler. Let me play it for you. There's another stock option that's really cool in this beta. It's this one. Available on the 2008 Lancer, it's the 2.2 turbo. It's an engine that produces 949 horsepower, and the only car that has 949 horsepower in Forza so far is the Mitsubishi Lancer Time Attack. It's back in this Forza Horizon 6, and there's a good chance that the engine you can install on this Lancer is indeed that one. So then, as you can see, it's an engine that's in its base configuration and already at its maximum power, with 949 horsepowers. You may not expect to see C, but it's already massive. Most importantly, check out the torque and its curve. This engine is built for hill climb tryhards. We're also going to find, already confirmed on several cars, the engine from the Toyota Yaris GR, the 1.6 turbo 3-cylinder, which can actually be tuned, just like on the Yaris GR, up to 626 horsepower. And now, we're starting to get to the really exciting stuff with our 2008 BMW M3. Because I was looking at the list of swaps, and while looking at the list of swaps, I realized that there's the classic one, the V10 from the M5, which I'm really looking forward to testing in Forza Horizon 6, let's be honest. There's also the 6-cylinder twin-turbo racing engine, which was already in Forza Horizon 5 back then. And then there's this, the 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8. So first of all, what's really cool is that this engine is highly upgradable, up to 900 horsepower. And above all, what's really cool is that I started looking around on the internet to see where this engine could come from. I checked with BMW, because as I mentioned earlier, usually the engine swaps you get for a car are from the same brand. And there are actually 3 recent BMW models that have this engine, with 626 horsepower from the factory. You'll find the BMW M5 competition. But I have serious doubts that it's from that car, because in Forza Horizon they had already added a latest generation BMW M5. And they chose to add the CS version, which is the one above the competition version. I don't really see them modeling a new M5 series car for Ford Horizon that would be less powerful, which makes me think that it's probably from another model which comes from BMW with this 626 horsepower V8. And there are 2 other BMWs that have this engine, namely the BMW X5M with 626 horsepower and the latest generation BMW X6 as well, with 626 horsepower. I think this engine comes from one of these 2 vehicles, or maybe even from both of them, since these 2 vehicles, even though they haven't been confirmed yet in Forza Horizon 6, are among the leaked vehicles. They were found in the game's files, so I clearly think that if these cars were found in the game files, and on top of that, their engine swap is available on the 2008 BMW M3, there's a very strong chance that the latest generation X5 and X6 in the M version will be confirmed in the game very, very soon. Probably as launch models, and they'll be available from the start. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense to include the engine without the cars themselves. To wrap up, I'll make a detailed video on the AutoSam AZ1 since it's an amazing car to drive. The video may already be out, but I'm unsure of the release order. Maybe the video releases will be really close together. On this AutoSam AZ1, there are quite a few new swaps available. First, there's the Rotor 2.0 that makes 1,000 horsepower and can't be upgraded. Because, well, 1,000 horsepower right from the start is already pretty good. And that gives you cars that are already extremely high-performing. Swaps are still one of the more expensive upgrades in Forza Horizon 6. And when you don't have a lot of money, obviously, you can't afford all of them. So here, I'm showing you a bit of gameplay with this particular swap. On a microcar like this, the ultra-lightweight build delivers insane acceleration. And on top of that, with this car, and it'll be the case for a lot of K cars. That is, small cars like this one, really designed for the Japanese market, but also probably small cars like the Peel P50 or the Reliant Robin. There are new motorcycle engines that have been registered and created for this Forza Horizon 6, so I'm giving a few examples with the AZ1, but there might be more confirmed later in the game. We'll find this one. So, the 1200cc 3-cylinder motorcycle engine. When fully upgraded, it will produce 573 horsepower. This one here, so that's the 1000cc 4-cylinder engine, which can be upgraded to 794 horsepower. And this one, the 1100cc V4, which can be upgraded to 775 horsepower, and on the other hand, has noticeably more torque. So, the good news is that apparently, in Forza Horizon 6, we're going to see a lot more different swaps. That's really cool for gameplay variety, because honestly, always seeing the same swaps, like a 1.6 turbo rally, the 1750 horsepower V8, finding them on so many cars and having so few choices, well, after a while, it gets annoying because all the cars end up sounding the same. Then, as you've seen, among the new confirmed swaps, Well, aside from the motorcycle engines and the rotary engine, most of the other engines that were announced are confirmed in this video. All these new engines aren't necessarily the most powerful ones available for the cars. What I mean by that is, well, we've seen examples where, often in the end, these new swaps were, let's say, kind of entry-level swaps. Four-cylinder engines, you know, with turbos. These are swaps that might seem a bit more realistic. I think there's a better chance we could put a Toyota four-cylinder under the hood of a Subaru than, I don't know, installing a Lamborghini V10. It seems more realistic, and I believe they do it mainly for competition. In my opinion, there are a whole bunch of small engines that are going to be really interesting to swap or to use in the slightly lower performance categories, let's say, even just for the tryhards, like all the tracks in Time Attack mode, for example, or in Rivals mode. So, just be careful. The more traditional swaps from Forza are definitely back in this Forza Horizon 6. I'm talking, for example, about the engine from the McLaren F1, or the engine from Dodge that makes 1,750 horsepower. We also have the V12 from the TVR Cerbera. I think we'll see the return of the V12 Elite 5, even though the developers said they were going to reduce the number of cars it can be installed in, because players clearly abused it in Horizon 3, 4, and 5. So that's actually a good sign. It's true that on none of the cars I've tested so far in the game, the V12 Elite 5 swap was available, and that wouldn't have happened in Forza Horizon 5. So more swaps, more intermediate swaps as well, and probably a bit more consistency in the new swaps, and also confirmation in many instances that there's a very strong chance we'll see them again in Forza Horizon 6. The new BMW X5, X6 SUVs, and probably also as a result the XM, which is part of the same list of leaked cars. I don't see why the others would be confirmed, but not this one. We'll see in the final game. We'll also see if we get some new little swappable gems. Maybe engines that go over 2,000 horsepower. That has never happened so far in Forza Horizon. The 2,000 horsepower mark, there was only one way to surpass it, and that was to play with either one of the DLC drift cars that actually had exactly 2,000 horsepower, or to use the diesel trucks that had 2,400 horsepower but weighed 75 tons. Maybe Horizon 6 will be the first game in the series where we'll really have cars that go well over 2,000 horsepower, and maybe their engines will be installable in other cars. I hope this video answered your questions about swaps and was interesting. If that's the case, I'm counting on you to show it by leaving a like and subscribing. Let me remind you that Horizon 6 is 30% cheaper through my instant gaming link, which you'll find below this video. Feel free to use that link. It also helps support my channel at the same time. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitch for upcoming live streams. My Twitch channel will be in the description and pinned comment. Follow me to get notified and join immediately when I go live on Forza Horizon 6 for the first time. Remember, you can support my Twitch channel if you enjoy my Forza Horizon 6 videos, want to help out, or just say thanks. Using your Prime on my channel is a free way to show support. I'm ending this video. See you soon for the next one. Bye.